Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday night hangout time. How's it going?
Good. What did you just text me, Ian?
Oh, it was something that looked cool and I wanted.
Okay. He texted me something from a WWE thing that he wants, and you guys are going to love this. I just opened it, and I'm like, oh, this will bring all of us back, except for the character, because
it's like
it's newer, but look. You remember these?
I love those
You remember
dolls.
these when we were
Wrestling
young?
buddies.
Yep. Ian just said he wanted one because he
Nice.
wrestles with stuffed animals.
Yeah,
And I'm like, wait a second.
that's awesome.
We had these all the time when we were kids.
Oh, yeah. Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan absolutely
Yep.
stayed in my bed with me.
Macho Man, all of them. Yeah, absolutely. How much was that, Ian?
Russ, you're very smooth.
$30.
Yeah, every once in a while, like,
No, that's probably a
every
better
couple
deal.
of month or two goes by. It's, am I going to trim my beard or am I just going to buzz it off? How annoyed am I by my beard right now? And I let it go a little too long this past time. And I'm like, oh, screw you, beard. You're going down. And I just, no attachment. That's really what it comes down to. Am I going to put an attachment on the buzzer or not? And I was just like, nope.
See, I get frustrated with mine. I go down to 1.5. But that's I have to. It's actually part of my marriage contract. My wife will not let me shave. She's like, I don't want to see your face. I need the
Same.
facial hair.
Same. I've had stubble nearly in our entire 20-year marriage and 24-year being together, whatever. I've had stubble or more.
It's really funny. So 2 weeks before my wife and I met, I had, because the last season I played baseball, we were ridiculously good and we won like 42 games in a row. It was just stupid. And I didn't shave because we kept winning.
Playoff beards.
And but it was like a whole summer beard. And so it was ridiculous. And so the week before I met my wife, I had come back up to Maine to go to my cousin's wedding. And so I cleaned it up for my cousin's wedding. And so she didn't get the full on. I was the embodiment of Maine, on the mound. But
this is actually a loser gets divorced league, is what that is.
That would be good. That'd be very bad.
I mean, my wife says she doesn't want to see my face, whether I shave or don't. So I mean,
hey, Bob, are there any Orioles T-shirts you can show this guy?
Do we have an Orioles?
Has he shop fantasycares.com and you go to pastime.
Yep. The Orioles logo is maybe.
How do you miss that?
It's top 5 easy for
it's
me.
One of the best ones, yeah. That one is so good. It's so good.
That's probably going to be in my second run of things that I buy. Because there'll be a second one. I already did a first one, but there'll be another.
Oh, I'd never considered putting a Chicago one. I'll ask Proton if he's going. We're having a little trouble with the live Tadpole Bowl ones. For example, we had 28 people say they were interested in doing the Vegas live Tadpole Bowl. We've had 5 jump in so far. We had 23 in Minnesota. We've had 8 jump in so far. I was talking to someone who's at one of the live events that is supposed to have one, and I'm like, I might have to have a serious talk with Eric if in the next week or so those either aren't filled or they're not progressing. We might have to call off the year 1 live Tadpole Bowls, because it seems like people were interested, like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea, but not
interest. Interest does not equal commitment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't think about Chicago because we picked out the ones that Eric was going to be at or could be at, to kind of, be the guy there. But That is an interesting one. When I have my conversation with Eric, we'll discuss this kind of stuff. But, if you want to jump in to the Tadpole Bowl, you can go to your SFB account, log in, click Tadpole Bowl, and you can donate right there and just jump in right in a division. It's that easy. Just jump right in. Trying to fill that thing out.
Yeah, let's fill that because I got something else in mind.
Brain burst. Yes and no. Do not have a definitive answer from the Miz, but he is aware, and it's being thought about. And he's in a lot of leagues apparently, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that would be interesting. If he doesn't this year, it'd be interesting to talk to him about. I know he's got a pretty crazy travel schedule, but it'd be pretty awesome if one of those lined up with a live event next year. But it's he's aware of SFB and he's been invited to SFB, but there has not been a definitive yes or no stated for the Miz. Ian, would that be fun if the Miz is an SFB?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and yes, Steve, I do have a big glass tonight, but it's not straight whiskey. It's a whiskey that I haven't loved. So there's some Coke in there too. Just some Coke and some cherry because it tastes good.
Because why not? Heck yeah.
Smooth out the whiskey I don't like, and then I like a little cherry with my whiskey and with my Coke, so it works. Yeah. The Phoenix one's it's a women's sports bar, which is pretty awesome. We have one in Minnesota I've talked about on the show a few times. A bar of their own.
Such a good name. Every time you say it, I will say that.
Yeah. My wife and I worked with the owner. We're in college. My wife and I worked at a video store with the person who owns that bar. My wife and her are still friends, still since college. I probably haven't talked to her since college, but my wife does. But yeah, we're talking about a possible event there with this other fantasy company in the fantasy sports space that Bob and I met. That they run women's fantasy sports contests. Like fantasy sports, but for women's sports.
Yep.
I have like three directions I could go here. Congratulations to the Minnesota Frost, back-to-back women's professional hockey league champions. Congratulations to the Lynx, who are undefeated in the WNBA still. We lost to Liberty in the championship last year, but we're crushing it this year. I don't mind talking about the women's sports here in Minnesota. The men's sports, on the other hand. But actually, where I wanted to go with the possible other event, is it weird that my favorite restaurant, my favorite Philly restaurant that has Phillies, it's this small business, it's a female-run business that does it's a hole-in-the-wall place that does like Phillies and pizzas and gyros and that kind of stuff. They just got a food truck, and I talked to them today. And their minimum is like $1,000, and they'll come and they will, that's the minimum food purchase is $1,000. Is it weird that I want to create an event just to have their food truck come out?
I
not
would
weird at all.
immediately start thinking of reasons as to why.
Yeah.
I'm like, $1,000. What can I create an event nearby me to have this food truck come by?
I mean, to get the best Philly, you have to come to Boston.
We have talked about those.
We actually talked about food trucks at Boston Live this year. There was a location in Waltham that had a great outdoor space, a great brewery with no food. So we were and they have food trucks come every day. So
You just go to Carl's. If you're in Waltham, you might as well just go to Carl's
I mean, you can have Carl's just
and,
drop them off.
and get sandwiches. Yeah.
But there's food trucks for anyone else that needs something other than Carl's.
Just the
So we already spent all that money on the mobile pub. If we get the mobile pub and a food truck, and I invite neighbors to come up,
Wait, what time? What day? My
It
flight
is
schedule is opening up.
the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. Do we have a mobile pub and a food truck
You
just
put up-
outside my house?
Put up stands. We'll come watch your home league draft. We'll have some sandwiches.
I feel like food trucks are huge everywhere. I mean, I believe they're huge in Austin, but they're huge in Minnesota, in Minneapolis especially, but like all over the cities. They're just huge.
Yeah.
Like every time my kid's school puts on an event, they have 5-6 food trucks.
Yeah.
You know, like it feels like they're just a thing now. I mean, they've been a thing for many years, but it just feels like they're everywhere for events now. But when she told me $1,000, I'm like, that's actually pretty reasonable.
That's pretty doable.
That is a pretty low minimum to get
Yep.
a food truck to come out to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably talking what, 10, 12 bucks per sandwich?
I mean,
Or is that New Jersey prices?
well, how many people are you talking like coming to it?
Well, that's going to be the question. Like, how many people do you need if they're spending X amount per sandwich?
Yeah, that's true. Well, who says they're just
And you
buying-
get a bag of chips. You get a
they
bag
have
of chips.
fries, they have cheese curds, they have like they have lots of stuff. They have tons of stuff, man. I don't know.
That just sounded like $60 gone for me.
Yep.
I mean, we have, so my draft day in my home league is us 10, and generally we're bringing along 4, 5, 6 extras, like spouse, friend, whatever, 7 extra. There's usually, in the neighborhood of 16 to 22 people for my home league draft. But also my home league draft day, my son's 12-man home league drafts. And then all those kids stay overnight in tents in the backyard. It's like a whole event for them.
well,
That's
this
cute.
is the night before.
Yeah, this year they're doing it the night. They're sleeping over the night before to watch wrestling.
No,
To watch what?
to watch nothing.
I don't know what
Just
he's.
because it'd be funner the night before.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, he's got 12 kids. But then let's say we invite their parents and brothers and like.
Yeah.
I think there's a way to actually make this be like 30, 40 people.
Yeah. Well, and once you hit 40, that's not terribly unreasonable. I don't think.
No, and we have money in the league fund.
That's $25 a person. Like that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. It's so yeah. I think I can't remember what our league fund is. Basically what our home league does is we all chip in money. We all we care more about the draft day than we probably do about the league, honestly, after 34 years.
Yeah.
But we all chip in money, and that's why we're able to get this mobile pub. I think even after the mobile pub purchase, we have like $350 just sitting in the fund to do whatever, That's not quite the 1,000, but I mean,
No, but it gets you, a third of the way there.
yeah. I bet if Charch brought his wife, my wife's already here. If we invite all the families for the home league draft this time, and Ian's friends have all their families, we're easily there.
Yeah.
We're easily there.
And like you get to the end of the night and you're like, oh no, we're like $120 short. We have to order more food.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't. Yeah, Bob's nodding. You're nodding. I think that's the play. Is that we'll hit the 1,000 no matter what. What you hit the 1,000 on is buying extra food to just save for later.
Yeah.
Yes, and you do that because otherwise they end up charging you way more than the 120 that you're gonna spend on the food.
Well, but also, especially since you got the kids staying overnight, you get a couple of pizzas, throw them in the fridge. Now you got breakfast in the morning. Like it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, and Ian, you love it's that Philly place. Remember
Yes,
it?
it's so good.
So good. It is.
Yeah.
It is a top 3 Philly I've had in my life. I've gotten crap about this before, but I've talked about how like actual Philly doesn't even have a top 10 Philly that I've eaten in my life, which is so weird when you have a place that's known for a certain thing. Bob and I were talking about this earlier, that even he was like, was it you, Bob, or was it Joe? It was Joey. I was talking to Joey about this earlier. That he's like, yeah, when I went to Philly, they told me, here's where you go. And I was like,
Yeah.
like it's known for it, but you can get better ones in other places.
Yeah.
I mean, like, does Buffalo have the best buffalo wings? Or was it just created there?
Yeah.
Like, I've never been to Buffalo, so I don't know.
And I think the thing with the cheesesteaks in Philly too is the places that you think of, so like Gina, like those are, it's kind of like coming to Maine and going to Linda Beans.
Yeah,
Like, that's not the best lobster roll.
Yeah, it's like
that's not
I'm going for a
close,
good New York slice and going.
But
to
it's the one that people think of.
Really,
Yeah.
you're gonna throw the Sbarro in there?
Yeah, it's a New York slice.
Corral.
I figure people would like it.
No, but you go to Boston and you're gonna have Red Lobster. Come on,
Red Lobster. Oh,
nobody goes to Red Lobster that lives in New England.
no.
I made cheddar butter biscuits tonight.
Ooh,
The biscuits are great. The biscuits are great. But you can buy those mixed in the supermarket.
Yep.
I had a salad because I got my Scott Fishbowl shirts, and I was like,
Speaking of which, we do have a donation from Legal Seafood in Boston. So, great sponsor of ours.
get some of those the
got
Boston Harbor seafood.
Yeah.
I love, my favorite thing about Legal Seafood in Boston is there is literally one across the street from the aquarium.
Yeah. Nice.
That's the original. I mean, that's the big one right there.
That's the one.
But that one's a little. That one's also a little fancier.
There should be a minimum distance required. From an aquarium to a seafood place.
So the
Where
aquarium.
do you think they get their meals?
That's wrong. No.
Anything left over, they feed to the harbor seals. It's all good.
There's some that are just not gonna make it when they bring them into rehabilitation.
But it's like this little horseshoe, like Milk Street Market. Like it's right,
and it's on the water,
right there.
It's right on a wharf. It's an ideal location for both.
But it always makes me laugh every time I go to the aquarium. That there's.
Hey, let's go have Nemo.
Yeah.
I like that Chow has. Oh.
Oh, Joey wants to cut me off in a dark moment here.
We waited until you said pause, too.
I'm talking about eating. I'm talking about having a Nemo for dinner, and Joey wants to cut me off.
I counted to 3, and there was dead air, and I was like, "Garage trivia time."
I love it. We do need Joey walk-up music. I think
I'm not gonna turn it away.
It's almost got to be Zach Reed style or my walk-up. Have you heard my walk-up music?
No, I want to hear it now. Do we have it?
I play it all the time.
I get knocked down. But
have you not heard it, Joey?
Oh, Scott Fish has been dropping.
Nope. Actually, they're all good.
I'll say that was the SFB cruise.
Oh,
yeah. Where once again you can get fish right at the cruise.
The Scott Fish Bowl he gives to charities. He's the best commissioner host on Fantasy Football Weekly.
But
Harris, get ready.
Joey, you seriously haven't heard this before?
I believe I have. Who's singing?
Nitty Gritty Dirt
the
Band.
country.
They did it for us. No.
Wow. No.
The guy singing it is a guy by the name of Aaron Williams.
Oh, good job, Aaron.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. We
Go on,
ready
guys.
for garage trivia? Is the chat ready for garage trivia?
I don't know. All I'll say is that
Do you
garage
wanna
trivia
play?
is very special
What
this
is it?
week.
Come Kahoot it. Come Kahoot
What is
it.
it?
Ian.
What's it?
Garage trivia. It's random every week. Joey picks a category. Joey picks a category. Come on over.
This week it doesn't seem very random though.
It
I
feels.
think somebody might have reached out to me this morning and suggested a certain category.
I'm trying to
What?
think. It
Yeah.
wasn't me, was it?
Who would have been texting with you at like 5 a.m.?
I don't know.
Actually, your text me was like 5 a.m.
I waited till 7.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's-
make that QR code bigger for
you
everybody.
almost can't text me too early though. It'd be very difficult to.
Yeah, I waited till 7 for. I dropped the kids off at school, and then I hit Joey up for something. I forgot what it was.
I hit you up because I said you and I need to sit down and do my T-shirt order on Friday.
Yeah, but I thought I
I'm
thought I
narrowing down today.
initiated something. What is go back
Joey, could you guess which one of these names on the screen is my son?
I like Russ with all the S's. That's my favorite one so far.
Oh, that's right. I asked Joey if I should quit my job and apply at Football Guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're hiring for a video editor.
Yep.
I
He
can't
didn't think
figure it
I
out.
could
Scott.
cover expenses with it.
Push Carrion.
Push
Carrion
Carrion.
Cross. Yeah.
No, we should not. We should like push Carrion like off the ring post so he doesn't come in the ring anymore. That's what we
What?
should push Carrion to. Oh yeah, he's awful. Ian, we can have a talk about this later, but
Oh my
boy.
god.
No,
I,
I don't think
It's-
Ian
I
wants
have
to
been,
wait.
I have been very, very anti-Carrion Cross, but off the show, he's so damn good. And I'm like, gosh,
Okay,
oh boy.
you.
I don't know that it's the time.
Joey.
I don't know that it's the time, but we need to get used
yes,
to it.
Ian.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. You cannot like him, but you might not even know this, but everyone else does. He beat out
Everyone else. does.
in WWE merch selling. He beat out Yeet shirts for Jey Uso. He beat out John Cena Farewell Tour shirts. He beat out Cody Rhodes, like all of them. Like
Yeah.
What he's saying is there's a market there that if they can tap into it.
Are we sure that it's not Karrion Cross buying all the shirts up? Like, has that been proven yet?
That's
Like,
good.
I think we need to research that. No, I go back to this thing when him and Adam Cole were in the ring together, and Adam Cole said, "Listen, you get the girl, you get the entrance, you get everything to make you feel special here in NXT. You know what they do to make me feel special? They ring the bell." And that's kind of what I always felt about him, is that before that bell rings, he's very entertaining. He's very good. Well, once the bell rings, I lose all interest in him. But
I
he
have
can prove
talked
me
about
wrong.
on the show that I've been very underwhelmed by him, but yeah, I would like to see a real push, and if it doesn't work, we're done. But I don't feel like they've given him a real push.
I'm all for everyone getting opportunities and getting their chances. So give him a push, and we'll see how he does.
That was very diplomatic, Joey.
I know I am, because there was a guy in New Japan that I did not like for the longest time. And I was like, I don't get it. And then they put a beard on him, and he's now one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. Sometimes it's just a little twist, and that's all you need.
I think they need to push Akira Tozawa. That guy is a world champ if I've ever
Yeah.
seen one.
And he lost in 5 seconds to Rusev.
I like Akira. I enjoy Akira Tozawa.
Scott, do we want to reveal what this what the category is?
I think you can do it how you want to. I might have
Okay.
to refresh my drink while you do. So
Guys, it's Gabby's Dollhouse. No.
Gabby's Dollhouse.
Yes.
We actually did do Gabby's Dollhouse trivia in my living room
We
last
should
night
get Malcolm up for this.
with the girls.
Okay.
It's not Gabby Dollhouse.
We've got a lot of people in here. I think people got a hint of what it might have been about.
We got 41
Yeah.
people.
That's
Jump
better
in.
than any trivia show.
Is this how Scott is revealing the scoring through
Russ,
Trivia?
I am here to tell you that tonight's trivia theme is SFB 15 scoring. Disappointed. because it's not that. But it is that.
But it is that. But it's not that.
Not,
But it is that.
but it is.
Not that.
So I know everyone is here to find out about that.
Wait,
And Russ is excited.
We're gonna tell them about how running backs are like.
But you get a negative point for that. Like,
Yeah,
exactly. Okay.
And I like how that video, I hid the 14 just enough that it's still
You can
useful.
reuse it. I mean, we got a lot of people in here, 42 people. That's going crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they really think that we're gonna give away scoring tonight.
I mean, we're going to talk about it.
What do you have, a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah,
We?
this is very much a Ratatouille show tonight. But I don't have the hat. I've got he's in my pocket.
Ratatouille. So my kids will only let me listen to Disney on the way to school. And Ratatouille was playing this morning. I felt like I was on the ride. I was loving it.
All right.
That's a
Do you
good
want to
ride.
kick it off? Russ, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. Let's kick it off, folks. We're going to minimize that down. We're going to start it up. Kahoot at work. SFB 15 scoring, garage trivia. First question out the gate. Did Joey receive early access to SFB 15 scoring? Yes, no, or see results? Did Joey get early access?
Did you pay that invoice?
That's a great picture.
It is a great.
I
There's
do
one
like that
before
picture.
it where you're not happy.
You were wearing the Rondé Barber shirt last week.
I was?
Yeah,
Russ, are you keeping track of my fashion?
I always keep track of you.
The correct answer is no. I did not get early access to SFB scoring, so please do not email me, DM me, nothing, because I really don't know what the scoring is. All I know is what Scott told me this morning to make trivia questions about. That is all I know tonight.
I love that one person said see results. That should have
See
been
results,
the answer.
yeah. So I was hoping one person would. I should have made that the correct answer.
That would have been great.
Yeah. We've got some fun stuff coming up. All right. Let's take a look at the podium. Let's see who's on top. Z.
Very
I lose
fast.
Steve F. Luke Jukum and Haas. That's a leaderboard. All right, let's jump right into the second question. Based on 2024 statistics, how many tight ends would be top 10 in SFB 15 scoring? 2, 3, 4, or 5? How many tight ends would be top 10 in SFB scoring? SFB 15 scoring based on 2024 stats. Correct answer is 2.
Evan Ingram. Wait, no, I'm already on 3, and I've only got to Evan Ingram.
Did you count Kyle Pitts twice?
Bob, Zach, and Russ, how are you liking this garage trivia category so far?
I got them both right.
I'm in first place
I'm
right
loving it.
now. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'm at like 8.
2. Only 2. With this year's scoring.
I'm
would
not
have been
counting
top 10.
Kelsey either. I didn't count Kelsey. I've got 8.
You're too short, Bob.
All right, let's look at the podium. Z hanging tough up there, 1981. Year before I was born. Russ up, moving on to the board. Hawaii 3G. Tim, welcome in, Tim. Glad to see you here tonight.
Before you go to the next question,
Yes.
how funny would that be if the door opened behind Joey, horror movie style? That'd be hilarious. I used to do a thing where when we would do the bull rush, because I would film in the dark, I would have a red balloon come up behind me. Zach remembers the red balloon, like it coming up behind me.
I do have some sad news about the garage door for garage trivia. The garage door is broken. We don't know what happened. We think there might have been an electrical storm and the box that opens it fried. Yeah, but we don't really ever use it, so we don't park cars in here. Just
Can
do
you
trivia.
stay on after trivia to talk about movie theaters and movie going for a few minutes? Okay.
Is this some type of a trick?
No.
No, we were talking about a pre-show, so we're
talking about
we'll
pre-show,
wait
and
for
then-
Joey.
And we're like,
If you
Joe.
let me run and grab a drink after, I will gladly stay a little longer.
For sure. Sure.
Yeah, I just want to grab because it is. I live in Florida, and this shirt is about to be a wetsuit. It's really hot.
I always carry a
All
fan.
right. All right, let's move to the next question. Question 3. Will Scott bring back third round reversal? Not a chance. I'm leaning yes, and Scotty doesn't know.
I know.
I actually asked Scott this question. I said, Scott, will you bring back third round reversal? One of these is a direct quote from him.
You said,
Scotty doesn't know. He doesn't know if he's going to.
oh, so
He doesn't know.
okay.
Is that correct, Scott? You don't know?
Sure. I would say it's closer to I'm leaning yes, but Sky doesn't know is also.
Was I supposed to pick? I'm leaning yes. You didn't see your no. We didn't get a clear answer, folks. So you did tell me I want Scotty doesn't know as an answer, Joey.
I did
So I
want
made
Scotty
it-
doesn't know as an
Yeah.
answer. That's absolutely true. So
So 3 people got that one correct. Let's look at the podium.
I'm sorry.
Z is just killing it tonight,
I'm
folks.
dialed in.
Yeah. Oh, that's you? Okay.
No, it's me.
Tim.
I didn't have
On the
the
board.
energy to go full Zach, so
Well, when you're only known by one letter, that speaks volumes. I watched a video this week about Mark Cuban where they said always be aware of the person in the room that's not dressed nice. If everyone in the room is dressed in suits and there's one guy in a t-shirt, that's the guy you should be worried about. Because he's worked his butt off to be able to be that guy wearing a t-shirt in this room.
This is 100% true. So I've met a couple of very, very wealthy people in person. One a billionaire, one hundreds of millions. The billionaire acted like he was very casually dressed. The multi-million, like probably 150 millionaire, he had just a white t-shirt. He probably even had holes in it. Like he just didn't care at all. Like in a spot where everybody was way more overdressed than him. So I can totally see that.
Yeah,
We're all
you're
millionaires
not
in
getting
this job.
kicked out when you drop the metal card on the table.
Yeah, you just don't care at that point.
No.
the black card.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Jamie Gold is? A poker player?
No.
Oh, we were at FSGA. He walked into the bar and nobody knew who he was except me. But he was dressed like he has hundreds of millions of dollars and he's just.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow.
The
Anyway.
first time I met the guy who's probably worth 150 million. I met him a few years ago, and the first time I met him, he was in pajama pants and a white t-shirt that, like I said, might have had a hole in it. I don't know. I was almost shocked, but yeah, it's true.
Excellent. All right, let's move on to there's 6 questions tonight, guys. We gave you an extra question because we needed to get that part out. Does Joey know anything? Because I just wanted to clear that up. All right, next question. Based on 2024 statistics, how many quarterbacks would be top 10 in SFB 15 scoring? How many quarterbacks would have finished in the top 10 if the scoring that for this year was last year? What's that mean? That's not carrying cross. Don't get too excited. It's Charlie Whitehurst.
Okay. I guess I got it right, but how many quarterbacks would be in the top 10 SFB scoring? Wouldn't there just be 10 quarterbacks in the top 10?
No, it's top 10 overall.
Overall.
Yeah.
Oh.
Only one quarterback with these wild scoring settings
I love it.
that Scott has
Nerve.
that I have not been made privy to. I've just been given the information that you are seeing on the screen. I'm going to keep repeating that.
I will say the scoring I'm currently looking at, there's only one in the top 10, but 11, 12, 13, and 15 are also quarterbacks.
I have like a Charlie Day style, like cards with strings going different places set up in my office right now to try to figure out the scoring. But I've told Scott not to tell me. I've told him that I look at the scoring this year like a David Lynch movie. I don't want to know what it is, but I kind of want to figure it out.
I want to see it, but I don't necessarily need to understand it.
Exactly. Yes, Russ, you understand. You get it. Thank you, Russ, for being here. Because nobody else understood that reference except you. All right. I've got 2 questions left. We're having a good time tonight.
These ones are big ones too, I think.
I think so.
I feel like these ones are very fun ones.
Tim, moving to the top.
Are they in gold?
Tim?
Oh,
Or whoever wins.
push Carrion with the year I was born. High five, Ian.
Wow. Smashing Pumpkin song, too.
Tim has now got all 4. He's crushing it. Insider trading there.
You're inside my
Watch
head.
out, though. Diego DM. He's up 18 spots. He might be coming for you guys.
I would love this. I would love to see the actors portray different roles to do that. Oh, that'd be funny.
All right, next question.
All right. This is a big one.
Select the player who would have the most points based on 2024 stats in SFB 15. So who would have been the highest scoring player? Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Rashid Shaheed, or Rashad White? Oh,
I thought for sure
which
it was
player
gonna
had
be
the most
Jetty.
points? Yeah. I'll clear it up. Pick the player
Points
that
per
had
game.
the most points per game. Correct.
Oh,
That
changes
is
everything.
correct. It would have been Rashid Shaheed. So he, based on last year's scoring, of the 4 players listed, points per game, he would have had the most points per game average of all the 4 players listed there. So you see the Tyreek Hill and the DK Metcalf. Eyebrows raise a little. Rashad White, you shouldn't raise your eyebrows at. Bucky Irving's got that job.
I would have loved to see the scoring that would make Rashad White the right answer to this.
It's running into an
Consecutive
offensive
vowels.
line and not moving.
25 points per carry.
No. It's
Carries for
hitting
negative
it,
yards.
defensive line, and just stopping.
Carry
Not going any
per
further.
negative yard.
But like 5 points per running back catch on the outside. That's Rashad White's like scoring platform. That's where he would excel. Check downs from Baker, points per game. Yeah. All right. Head to the next question. Last question, guys. Oh, keep push carrying. He's moving.
Oh,
Oh, I have no chance of winning now. It's not possible.
it's not possible for it. I think Tim has it, unless he gets it wrong and Zach gets it right very quickly.
Yeah, Zach can see
Well,
it.
it's going to be very quickly. I can't promise that it's right.
All right. Last question. Based on 2024 stats, how many points per game would the top player from last year have averaged per game? 18.2, 26.5, 32.2, or 39.5?
I just went with the highest.
Yeah. Based on 2024 stats, how many points per game would the top player from last year have averaged per game?
Like Zach said, it might not be right, but it's going to be fast.
That's it.
All right. The correct answer is 39.5. Do you want to reveal who that player would be, Scott?
Jamar Chase.
It is Jamar Chase. Yeah. All right. Let's look at the board.
I will say, I kind of want to look at this.
Oh,
You were third. Good job, Ian.
by
By 8 points, Zach.
You should have been faster.
Been so much faster,
Tim,
dude.
congratulations.
It does look like
Crazy
Tim got that one wrong.
Tim.
He did. He got that one wrong, but I didn't go all in. I just went 32 points a game.
I'm going to get myself a little drink and I'll be right back.
I want to check this. What do you think Jamar Chase is, who would have been number 1 in the scoring last year? What do you think his biggest game was?
Oh my God, that's my league scoring.
56 points.
83.4.
Oh, that is going to be wild. Oh,
83.4 he had in a single week last year.
I'm going to be mad that I'm picking third. I should move up.
Now I really need third round reversal to make that pick 12 worthwhile.
I inadvertently, as I was doing this is the way I wanted to set it up. Like this very rarely happens when I set up SFB scoring. I have an idea and I do it. And then I usually have to tweak a bunch of stuff to balance it out to whatever. My first run through is what I'm still landing on to this moment.
Wow. It only took you 15 years?
I don't know that this has ever happened. I have crunched numbers. I spent hours upon hours crunching numbers, and I don't think I'm going to change it. I have a little more work to do, but I don't think I'm going to change it. I kind of love what it does to the quarterbacks in that. I mean, you're probably going to super flex them, but yeah.
No, oh god.
I think 3RR. I will to add to that question. I will say it's like 85%. I'm still doing 3RR. Like 85%.
What's the 15%? What's holding you back?
Because I need to crunch the numbers on what the ADP looks like and if that actually balances the teams.
Russ, he just wants to find out how many of us have the 12 spot.
I thought he was waiting to see if Ian was going to pick 12th or if he was going to pick second.
Yeah.
I think I'm 1 year 12, right?
Yeah. See, Scott's got one. That's the 15%.
I generally take one.
Always takes one.
No, he takes 1 or 12.
I do take 1 or 12. I never deviate from that. But I usually take one so that I can kick it off and then I can go do other crap.
Yeah.
You know? So
I was gonna pick Josh Allen first.
I mean, there's plenty of leagues to switch to. So.
Jordan.
Jordan throwing the real.
I like that. Let's do it.
I did data a while ago that kind of showed that 5th round reversal is probably more beneficial than 3rd round reversal in your normal standard basic scoring leagues.
Yeah.
But I have to double check that 3rd round reversal is still beneficial to this scoring system before I definitively say that.
We let Scott think he's playing, but he's not actually. He's in the ground, don't worry.
Yeah.
There is this one player. It's like hot-ish or something like that. We haven't seen who he is yet.
Hot-ish, yeah. I will say there are a decent amount of people I've seen say that they purposely pick a middle selection just so they don't have to deal with runs and they don't have to deal with the 3RR being an issue. So,
well, no, like in my younger days, I liked being in the middle because it's the ultimate control. There's the least amount of picks in between your picks, and that gave me a feeling of safety. Now it's like, all right, let me just make my 2 picks and not have to think about it anymore. Give me a few days before I have to worry about who to pick again.
I just want to figure out where Bob is picking and go away from that.
I like that we got ad with which bourbon would it take to say no to 3RR, and then when we got Oscar and how many old fashions will it take to keep 3RR? It's like
maybe MFL has 3RR and then Sleeper doesn't.
I'm down with that. That works fine for me.
There's one question I thought you were going to ask, Joey, that we must have decided against.
Which one was that?
Maybe it was in my head.
It might have been in your head.
I'm going to put it in the private chat for you to look at while someone else talks for a second.
Round 2, garage trivia coming up for us, folks.
Yes. I made it up onto the podium for 3 seconds and fell right off immediately. I need another shot.
I set a world record last night in creating trivia when my daughter came up to me and she said, "Daddy, did you make Gabby's Dollhouse trivia like you said you would?" And I said, "I absolutely did, honey." And she had to make sure one thing's okay with it. And I was like, she had a blast. She won. She was excited. All right, let me see. Oh, I didn't want to. No, we decided against saying that.
Yeah,
because
but
we didn't want
no. Scott and I talked about that one, and I was all about it.
Oh, I'm all about it. I'm embracing the chaos of it. Joey could tell by my face and my voice. I'm like, bring it on.
And then, and you're not going to get the eruption until week 1, and then you'll say, "Oh, you didn't read the rules."
Yeah.
I think Bosch would love this because he would be able to point out exactly who didn't read the rules.
Oh, it's 100% going to be a thing. 100%. And I am all for the smoke on this one. As related to
how's the mute button work on Twitter now?
I don't know, but I am all for the smoke on this one. I'm excited about it. Joey, movies. I bought so 2 things that Zach and I were talking about pre-show. Lilo and Stitch, can you just enjoy a movie? And 2, I'm going to Mission Impossible alone tomorrow.
What's the best way to go to a movie?
Yes.
Best way.
Can you live stream it?
Way. Because I love going to movies with my kids and having like the blankets over us and we're watching an awesome Lilo and Stitch. A good.
Wait a second. Oh. Blankets?
That was really good.
It was really good. Like
It's
Lilo
Minnesota.
and it was
blankets
good
at the movies?
Oh my god! Always bring blankets. Yeah, blankets, and we got
Do you
heated
take your shoes
seats.
off too?
What?
Do you take your shoes off too?
I do.
My kids probably do. Yeah.
You keep your shoes
What
on.
about on airplanes? Because I mean,
I generally
that's
take my
disgusting.
pants off at the movies. I don't know if that's allowed, but I also, as
I went to a movie a couple years ago, and the first thing I did was send a picture of the guy that took his shoes off, and he had bare feet down
on
the
a plane.
aisle from me.
Yeah, see, that's
No.
not cool on a plane.
No, it was at the movies. He had
Yeah,
the shoes off.
bare feet is different. Socks, or like you're in your socks under a blanket. I'm okay with it. Especially kids. You know,
Kids are fine. He was 40.
It's like he's a kid at heart, Bob.
yeah, kid at heart, baby, kid at heart. No, like I'm going to this movie alone tomorrow. I'm going to spend 3 hours in the theater watching Mission Impossible.
I'm
been
so envious.
and I'm the only one in the theater currently for that showing, which is
Private screening.
Then that's pants off.
Oh my God.
Can I
Pants off, baby.
do a private screening of Mission Impossible?
Pants off. If this were old seating, feet on the seats in front of you.
Live stream it.
Yep.
Every now and then it happens because I go to a lot of matinees, and it happens. I'm the only one in the theater, and I'm so happy. And then there's always somebody that walks in, like with 2 minutes left of the previews. And the last time it happened, I audibly just couldn't. I was like, "Get out!" I put my hand on my hand.
I'm gonna eat every piece of popcorn tomorrow. Like,
Just savor it. I think
super
it's.
aggressively.
And,
I'm
on
that
the
way with my
topic.
kids.
Go ahead.
Joey, when I bring my kids to a movie and it's me and my 2
Okay.
kids and it's a movie and no one's in the theater and there's like 1 minute left, someone comes in, I'm like, not that, like, that's great. Support the theater. Like we try to go as much as possible to support the theater. But I mean, I want my kids to like have that alone in the movie theater experience where they can run around and just have fun. And it has happened before, but yeah, they
Oh
play.
man, the best was they every Halloween pretty much they put Nightmare Before Christmas back in the theaters. We went. It was us, the family we came with, and like one other family. And very quickly, we all realized that we are all Nightmare Before Christmas nerds, and it's going to be very cool for us to dance and sing the entire time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, it was so much fun. Like I was wailing at the top of my lungs. Like I was a happy boy watching that movie. Of course, this was 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
it was so great to be able just to like literally dance and sing while watching one of my favorite movies.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Since we're on the topic, can I talk about something that's been grinding my gears with movie theaters?
Yes,
Please.
please do, Peter Griffin.
This first came up, I want to say about 20 years ago. I went to a movie with someone I had just met at work. I just moved to a new town, and I had mentioned I was going to see music. Yeah, we'll go to the movie together. Like, this is
How's
great.
Joe Biden doing?
I know, right? No. His name was Brandon. I will call him out. I don't speak to him anymore. And you're about to find out why. So we get to the movie, and I think we were seeing like, it wasn't Snakes on a Plane. It was like X-Men 2 or something. And I sit in my seat, and he puts a buffer seat between us. And I looked at him, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, yeah, you got to have the buffer seat. And I'm like,
Oh, he's a
what?
dude.
And I never went to the movies with him again. There is no quicker way for me to end a friendship with you if you put a buffer between not only us and the movie theater, but it's our friendship. Like you have said that I just can't stand it. And I went to the streets of Instagram today to quiz people to see, and everyone's like, yeah, those people are weird. If they put a buffer seat in the movie theater, what do you
It's
guys
not
think?
a urinal.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
urinal.
it's-
This,
if I
this
can't have
story
my hand-
reminds me of two things, Joey.
Look, if
Yes.
the popcorn trick can't work, what's the point?
yeah. Yeah, watch that basketball game. I'm just kidding.
Yes, this is basically the thing. The movie is really, it's good and it's done
It's
well.
so good.
But older hats comparing it to the old one and reading into the changes that were made it's just enjoy the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's my annoyance is the complaining about the differences in what they mean, you know, on certain levels. Come on, just enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
It's done well and it's a good movie and it's enjoyable. And my kids both loved it. Your story. You want to talk? Go for it.
No, that's fine.
No, go for it.
I'm hoping to go see it this weekend.
Yeah, I think it depends on your age. Like if you're young, you'll like it. You'll be like the Stitch character. He's so funny. But like I feel like more around my age, like and you get the story of Lilo and Stitch more. It's just so much better. Like it's not just like the fun. It's not really as funny. You got more story to it. It's kind of more emotional.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
more like it's less
Yeah.
kiddie than the animated. There's more to it for like a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they really do play into the relationships more than they do in the animated. The animated's my 7-year-old laughs hysterically at the animated, but yeah, there's some heart to it.
I do have some complaints about their character choices, though.
You wouldn't be you if you didn't have a few complaints. But where I was going, Joey, on the buffer thing, I got two things. Us, when we go to our yearly show, or at least when we did in Canton, we sat right next to each other and we didn't care if we had tears dripping down our face.
No, and here's the thing, Scott. That was the first time we'd ever sat in a theater together.
Yeah.
And I think it's a test. I really do. I think it's a true test of like,
We sat right down
What
next
kind
to
of-
each other and we both had like
it was practically on your lap.
I
Like,
would never
it was-
I would never think to leave a buffer seat.
I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it, Russ. And Russ, if I were to go to a movie with you, I have no doubt I would sit right next to you. And I'd say, hey,
Absolutely.
do you want a Sour Patch Kid or whatever candy
And, like,
you have?
if
And you would
you-
take one.
If
Oh,
you for some
that'd be great.
reason buffer seated me, I would move over anyway.
I mean, it's his voice. Like both my kids still kind of complain about Garfield and Mario. To be honest, well, at least my younger one does a little bit. Maybe both of you do. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad
this-
we're all amongst friends tonight.
This reminds me of when I went to see John Wick. I've seen all the John Wick movies in the theater by myself. And each time I go, it is the most hysterical situation ever because it's like me in Mission Impossible Tomorrow. But each time I go, it's about 12 dudes with like here. Like we all have like 5-6 seats apart in different rows. Like there's 12 people, but it's scattered across the entire.
Well, if you don't know the people, that's
if you
okay.
don't know them, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
if you're
telling a
not
story.
going to the movie with them, it's totally
I'm not
fine to have
relating
seats
it.
in
I'm
between.
just telling a story that it's kind of hilarious that it's a bunch of one-off dudes going to the theater alone watching John Wick movies.
I will say that there is once or twice where if like a group of us, we used to work at the movie theater. So we would see the movies at midnight before they came out, and it would just be the employees. And if there was just a couple of us, every once in a while, we would sit not like far away from each other, but like a couple of seats, just so we could really be loud assholes, like on purpose.
Yeah, I get that. But see, it's like you're in the industry almost, like you're working. So it's like, yeah, let's lounge. I understand, Russ.
It's like it wasn't a weird. We needed to sit apart from each other. We just wanted to like if we were going to talk to each other, we were yelling over the movie.
But it's the you're going to the movies with somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. That to me, I mean, but the buffer seat is weird. It's weird. Joey, we're going to the movies together. Like that's whenever you say when we'll go.
Especially
I'm trying to get
now.
a movie night in Canton going because I want to go see Weapons.
Like if we're talking about the reclining seats, those big like recliners, and you still leave a buffer, that's ridiculous.
That's all I go to. Yes, I'm ready for Ballerina. Super excited. For those of you who don't know, Ballerina's in the John Wick universe. It's Angelica Houston ran a ballerina studio that was in the last John Wick movie, and she had ballerinas, but they're going to play on that where they're all assassins, and Ana de Armas is one of those. I'm super excited for this.
Greg, thanks for the question.
What was that?
Greg, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We'll go back to it in a second.
It did though. It seemed like it did.
There was nowhere for the friendship to go after he put space between us, because I knew that we could only get so close. Like, and how close we could get was however big that buffer was.
Joey and I have been talking about a movie night, a movie day, a movie for.
Yeah.
We actually have
maybe
been.
there should be one in Orlando.
I'm gonna be
a bad idea.
T2 was actually my first R-rated theater movie. Me and a buddy went. We were obviously 12, but yeah, that was my first R-rated movie in the theater.
Was Barbed Wire really my first R-rated movie? It couldn't be.
Oh, I remember. Like, I think when T2 is your first R-rated movie, that you remember it because like that's not like something obscure that you have to try to remember. Like that was very clearly my first R-rated movie.
I mean, is it wrong that I might have skipped over R?
Oh, Bob.
That's crazy.
Family show.
Yeah,
NC-17. It was NC-17. Don't go that far. Jeez.
Was it Showgirls?
Showgirls.
I'm talking.
Yes, that's the one I thought. I think it might have been.
I'm sure lots of us.
Showgirls was my answer to the question. Take any movie and replace everyone with Muppets and one regular person's left, and it's Showgirls with Kyle MacLachlan, and everybody else is Muppets in that movie. I'm telling you, it would break box office.
I love the keep one character, replace all the rest with Muppets questions. Yeah. Every time I'm like, that's enjoyable to me. That's enjoyable to me. So, yeah.
What's that?
What do you think that means, Joey? I don't know. I mean, would that be like
your water's really alkaline?
Oh.
What would that mean? What would that mean?
Give me a second.
Is that positions?
Yeah.
Scoring in the top in overall scoring?
Would that be like top 60 players and how they score in Sleeper and MFL, blue and red.
Why are they blue and red?
But there's
I
different
don't know.
hues
know.
of blue.
I don't know. It's weird. Just weird. I don't know who would put that up there.
I do encourage everyone, if you ever get the chance to like rent out a movie theater, it's not that expensive to do anymore.
It really isn't. We rented out for one for my kids, for one of my kids' birthday. Like you've done it and Mac has done it. And it was pretty cheap. It was like $200.
Yeah.
But it was $200 and we had like 10, 12 kids and like 5 parents. And if you do the math, it might almost be cheaper than.
I really want to do like one of my next milestone birthdays and like pick a movie that I really love and then like do like a little Robert Osborne right before the movie. Talk about like why this is the movie I chose, and then show it to everyone.
Yeah.
I know Sean Fennessy did that for his 40th birthday with Pulp Fiction, and I was very jealous that I didn't have that idea because it just sounds like so much you could say on it.
Yeah, I'm such a spoiled a-hole when it comes to that because working in the theater right as not digital projectors, but the ads before the movie were on a digital projector. So we were able to easily, like they had red, white, and yellow, AV jacks. So we could just plug a DVD player in if we wanted to.
That's what our theater does when you rent it out.
Yeah.
You can we want for Ian's we plugged in a Fire Stick, and for Max for Ian's was a DVD player, and for Max was a Fire Stick. And for one of them we did the new Dogman movie. But yeah, they let you do video games, they let you do DVD players, Blu-ray players, they let you do Fire Sticks, they let you do any of it nowadays.
What if I bring my own 70mm print of Lawrence of Arabia? Will they be able to accommodate me?
There's
I have some trailers that are on film.
I'll bring all my canisters with me.
We have a theater nearby that only does laser discs. That's it. Just laser discs. So
I'll say on the show once again, if anybody has a Laserdisc player in their home, please reach out to me at DJoyRed on Twitter. I have been looking for one for a long time.
My dad used to have one. I don't think he does anymore, though.
Everyone I've been able to get a hold of has not been in working condition. And good luck trying to get the parts.
I'm glad none of you popped that on screen. I had SFB scoring literally on below with an add to stage button, and I didn't notice it. Stop the screen on
Where's
that.
Paul? Paul, come on. Didn't you know you were going to get to know me one day? You could have. All right, Paul.
What does John mean by next here?
Next topic.
Yeah, were we saying something?
Move on. We haven't even gotten to my list yet. What is on my Wednesday list tonight? No, we talked about that. I didn't talk about this when we talked about the women's sports, but I love that the Frost, one of their
Speaking
tags.
of women's sports.
No, we talked about it earlier.
Oh.
But what I didn't talk about is the Frost back-to-back champions, women's professional hockey league.
You said that?
I know.
You didn't talk about the tough women lacrosse coming in second place.
I didn't. What I was going to say about their one of their taglines is "Land of 10,000 rinks," because they consider all the lakes ice rinks, which I think is just genius. I love that.
Clever.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, very clever. But yeah, talk about Tufts, man. Talk about Tufts. Talk about Emmy.
Yeah. Well, she definitely she was the star of the show, even though that the team played great. They Roanoke is one of the hardest places to get to. And actually the coach afterwards made quite a good speech about how it was pretty unfair that they go there, and equality doesn't seem to be there for Division III championship games when the men are at in Gillette Stadium and the women are at a location that only can handle a plane with about 20 seats on it. So it's definitely difficult to get to. But the games were awesome. The people the Roanoke College does a great job hosting it, and it was a lot of fun for Emmy, and they lost by 1 in the finals. And actually, Zach jumped in. He was watching the whole weekend.
I watched my first 3 lacrosse games ever this weekend. It was fantastic, and they kept like the broadcast, like the NCAA broadcast, kept bringing up Emmy, which was great for me because that was really why I was watching. But
that's awesome.
It was excellent.
Yeah,
I kept screenshotting things and sending them to Bob. Like they were playing when Tufts would score, they played Duck Duck Goose, and Emmy was like in the circle playing Duck Duck Goose, and she got like carried off the field after they won the semifinals. It was fantastic.
Yes, awesome. And there is the YouTube that Emmy made about her whole season and everything. I can post it for anyone that wants to see it later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a 4-minute video because they're playing it at the gala this weekend for Team Impact.
Nice.
So what's
I guess there was no transition off of that, huh?
No transition. What's the freaking scoring already?
There is no scoring yet.
It's
not even June. It was 9. It was 10-9. 10-9 was.
Yeah, it was 10-9. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, 10-9. Nice close game. Do you not know how they score lacrosse? They have a goal.
No.
They have a goal.
Yeah, and Zach and I were breaking it down as like it's very basketball like with the passing and entering the key, and you got 3 seconds in the paint. And then I was talking to one of the assistant coaches, and she compared it very much to basketball. But you got hockey moves in there when you're driving into the goal. You got one-timers. It's really a fun sport to watch.
I think lacrosse goalie is like the craziest position ever.
Men's, yes. Women's, a little less. I mean, so if you look at the men's wearing their pads in the goal, I mean, they all look like
they look like Goldberg
NFL
from the movie,
yeah,
with like magazines on their legs.
My favorite part about women's lacrosse, though, is the stick rules are very, very strict. So, like the actual, I had to look this up because after every goal, they throw their stick down, and then the referee comes over and checks to make sure that the pocket of the stick. But like the first 3 goals that were scored, they're just like whip their stick down. I'm like, that is an amazing goal celebration. And then I realized that everyone was doing it. I was like, okay, there's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah. So they check it. They check it with the ball every time, but it does make for a great celebration.
Yeah,
you score and just drop it and be like, what? What? Mic drop.
Like the best bat flip ever. They're just like, go. Yeah. It's like fantastic.
First off, ouch, Andrew. Ouch.
I know. Just uncalled
for. That is major shots fired. John. Yes, I have checked the last 3 years, and the difference between the 2 hosts is 0.01 per game per player. Like it's dead on, unless there's some weird anomaly here. Yeah.
I actually missed the playoffs last year by 0.0001. So
damn it.
You needed that second kicker.
Yeah,
John's asking to make sure that you didn't screw up like you did last year when you won the targets.
No. So
this year it's intentional.
So yes, I did. Bob, yes, to both of you. You're both correct. Yes, I did. Yep. But yeah, it's one of those things where the data is going to say one thing, and I can't wait for the smoke of people to think it's different. I can't wait for the smoke. Oh, it's going to be fun.
I got to head out, guys.
Bye,
yes.
Joey.
Thanks for coming by.
Bye, Joey.
I'll let you. I will tell you everything. I will recite Mission Impossible for you verbatim, word for word tomorrow. So you don't even have to go to the movie. You can.
Toast.
I would really
Toast.
appreciate that because I'm just really not that interested.
Yeah, not interested.
You fly? What? You hold on a plane? Oh, what's so special about that?
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Good night.
Yeah, we're good, John. We're good. I have it under control.
I mean, you can always change mid-season scoring. There's no reason.
I did make a joke on one of the social medias that I'm just going to decide scoring after the season, and you're just going to have to play it out.
Yes, and that's how we find out who wins. Is just it's a mystery.
No idea, and then at the end of the season, I'm like, this was actually the scoring you played in. Here it is.
Yes, a third week reversal. That's the real.
Yeah, we're redrafting after week 8. So everyone's got to go back to their live location after week 8. We'll have all new auctions and raffles, and that's actually not a bad idea.
I may draft live in Orlando then. If we have to go back after week 8, I may do that. Just have an excuse.
I gotta go, honey. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Russ, do you want to know T. Higgins' best game last year in the scoring system?
Yes.
He was injured that week.
62.1.
Woo. He's no Shaheed, but that's pretty
So
good.
he's not making it to 12, Russ.
He might have to be pick 112 if he makes it to me.
That'd be funny. That'd be good.
I'm going to go find Russ's division. I'm going to take 1.11.
I know which one it is, but I will never tell.
Oh, I already know. I know.
No, I know you do.
T. Higgins played 12 games. How many do you think were over 25 fantasy points in this scoring, Russ?
10 of them.
9.
9. 9 times.
9 times.
9 times. Little Ferris Bueller.
Yes, baby.
So by my math, you have a 75% chance of him hitting 25 points.
Actually,
50-50.
really 50-50.
50-50.
It is 50-50. What do I
Either
think?
does or he doesn't.
I'm gonna make it, Reebok Joe. I'm gonna figure out a way to get into this league. I'm gonna win a race on race day. You should put me in each race on race day just for fun.
Make it. You better get in some of the contest.
See if I can win my way in.
We posted today. Video yourself completing a pass to another living being, and you'll be entered into the race day for Friday.
Oh, I missed that one. I'll have to find it.
Ooh, imagine Scott Fish throwing to a fish.
Oof. Yeah. Like the Joe Burrow graphic with him like being tackled by
Or Scott Bird throwing to a bird.
Oh, what if Scott Fish's name was Scott Bird?
The Bird Bowl.
If Scott Fish's name was Scott Bird, are we all wearing bird shirts?
It would be easy though to do.
Bird Bowl doesn't fit as well.
It'd be easy to do the wheels though, because every time you just bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
No, I think it'd be bath, wouldn't it? Wouldn't if instead of fish and bowl, we would have played on bird bath, and everything would have been bird bath, like playing the Scott Bird Bath.
That can get pretty dirty with the graphics. I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like it's bird bath and not bird bowl. Oh, brain burst. Same idea.
Could be bird cage. Could be the bird cage.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Russ, do you have any questions about SFB scoring that I'd be willing to answer?
I mean, you gave me the important ones, so that's all I really care about.
That is true. That is true. I don't know. The Thunder are up 34 with 5 minutes left. I'm not sure if they'll win or not, though. It's gonna be close.
I mean, we have Rob Dillingham in.
We
so
can-
he's
we can-
probably gonna drop
We
50.
can score 5 touchdowns here. Oh my gosh, we have all our backups in. We have Garza in.
We have Dillingham in, the greatest of all time.
Oh man.
Just taking the loss, move on to the next game.
Saquon Barkley's best game. What was Barkley's best
Oh
game?
God.
Is
Ooh.
it this one?
Yep.
65.7.
He's no T. Higgins.
I mean, he's ballpark T. Higgins, but he's no T.
Oh,
Higgins.
yeah. I think.
So I have a question, Scott. Does that mean that you're potentially coming off? Because last we spoke, you were genty.
Oh. Yes and no. So in SFB 15, rookie running backs named Genty get bonus points. So like
With the last name of J, so I can have Judkins. It's the J multiplier.
oh my gosh, I totally forgot this was a thing. There are so many of these out there too.
Anyone with the last name that begins with J, it's like triple the points. Jefferson, Genty.
Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
it's just J names because Jamar went off.
Oh man, so Justin Jefferson really must be going nuts.
I mean,
No, first name doesn't count. No.
Justin Jefferson's best game was 55-4.
Oh.
I thought Burrow had better games too,
Mm.
but guess not.
Johnson.
Jacobs Jefferson.
All the Johnsons are going to go in the first and second round.
Josh Johnson.
Yeah, he's valuable holding the clipboard.
Josh Jacobs.
Scampers throwing in Marvin Jones Jr.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Does the junior part count?
Absolutely, it does.
Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr.
I think people are a little taken aback by the fact that there's only one quarterback in the top 10.
that was the question I got wrong. I was surprised by that.
Juwan Johnson, the top tight end in the league with the scoring.
Sure. JJ McCarthy. What's his middle name? That'd be awesome if it was a J. I don't think it is, though. Actually, it's JJ because his middle name is a J. That's right. I forget.
How does this make any sense?
What?
How is this guy's average 7.55 with this scoring?
Oh. No, his average is 2.5.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to finally get.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting year. I tried to simplify it as much as I could.
Brevin Jordan.
There's at least 2 to 3. There's at least 3 tweaks that are going to be fun for people, I think.
Yes, the ever loved Puka Nakua.
Yeah, the J is silent.
Yes.
Just like Brock Bowers, it starts with a J, but the J in both names is silent. Yeah, I will say it is interesting. I mentioned this in the private chat, and I thought it was a question, but I think we decided against it. But there's a discrepancy again this year between Sleeper and MFL. But that discrepancy totals out to 0.01 per player per game each of the last 3 years. Like, it is such a non-factor, but people will think it's a factor because you logically, brain-wise, are like, that might be a factor. But it's really not.
Let's go with it's a factor.
Well, it could be a factor for certain players on certain games. Sure.
It could be the difference between your win to get into the playoffs and not get in the playoffs, you know?
It could be. It could be. I feel like Colin here is angling for certain information with
How do you kick him
what
out of
was
the
the
chat?
best kicker scorer, and we keeping kicker flex, and will Linda be happy with the kicker scoring? Feels like Colin is beating around a question there. There's
Colin, are you just Linda? Is that your burner account?
It's really me. I'm waiting to see if I can just repost the kicker song that I did.
I
There you
wonder the dynasty leagues that do use SFB scoring. I know for a fact at least one of them didn't use any kickers. That was just a non-factor. But I wonder if some added kickers and then drop them off or whatever based on if like whatever SFB has, you know?
Zach, when we create it this year, should we have kickers in it?
We'll talk later.
It's gonna be fun.
Busted.
Oh yeah. I think all the lives are sleeper. I'm pretty sure. They might not be. I'm pretty sure all the lives are sleeper.
I'm pretty sure they are as well.
Yeah, 80% of the leagues are sleeper anyway. So, but the 20% that are MFL, they're on MFL.
Whoa.
I'd be interested to see the average age of the MFL leagues versus the sleeper leagues.
Get off my lawn, Zach.
Absolutely.
We are definitely we're actually young ones that are in the MFL leagues.
Yeah.
I will say it'll be interesting next year potentially if MFL
does the app and
because MFL is currently completely rebuilding their site and building an app. It's going to be interesting. Like it might start to shift back because I'm not gonna lie, and we've talked about this before, and behind the scenes, other companies have talked about this. Like, Sleeper is great for your basic league, but on basically every other issue, they're the most limited platform there is. It's just so limited. You can't do much with it. It's a great UI is what it is.
Yeah. Except I'm an old man and I spend all day on the computer, so I want to play my fantasy football on the computer.
Yeah. Desktop, like not just desktop, but like CBS, Yahoo, ESPN, all of them, like light years more, like flexibility, options, etc. It's just but the UI Sleeper has the sleekest app there is, and it's honestly not close.
Yeah.
It feels like one of these days, some of those other sites will be like, oh, let's build a super sleek app. And then but did Sleeper accomplish a ton of the market before that happens? You know what I mean? Like it's interesting.
Sleeper with 2 kickers still not possible. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah, like my home league, we play on Sleeper because super sweet UI and the league is very basic, but yeah. So it is what it is. Does the chat have any potential teaser questions about the scoring? No? Okay, none. Okay, they don't have any. Yeah. There are like 1,200 people on this. It's crazy. We lost by a lot, Ian.
I know, I'm joking.
A whole lot. You go to bed?
Possibly.
We're 1 week away from Switch 2.
Well, you are. I'm not.
1 week and 2 hours. Switch 2. Bob is. I'm debating going to a store at midnight or at open the next morning to see if I can get another one. But I do have two pre-ordered. We'll see. You want to hear something I stupidly realized this last week that I did not know for the last apparently 4 years.
Yes.
So my wife and I had Sprint for our cell phone provider for, I don't know, 20 years. And then they got bought by T-Mobile. And T-Mobile since like 2002 or 2003, you've been able to, with T-Mobile, you get Apple TV Plus for free. I did not know this until like a week or two ago. And I'm like, we did a trial to be able to watch the first couple, like 2 times we've done a trial to watch. And we did season 1 and season 2 of Ted Lasso. And the next time, free 7-day trial, we watched season 3. We didn't realize we had it free for the last 3 years and just never utilized it. So we're like, oh, okay. So now we have Apple TV Plus, but like if you have T-Mobile, you get it for free. And I didn't even know that for like 3 years.
I think Verizon has Disney Plus free.
It's not free, but there's a discount on a bundle.
Okay.
Yeah. T-Mobile, there's discounts on bundles for like Hulu and Disney and all those. But Apple TV Plus is legit free. So yeah, so now there's a whole bunch of shows that Andrea and I have talked about watching, but we're like, we don't have that one. It's one of the ones we don't have. So
I definitely have been watching a lot of Apple lately.
Yeah, everyone in the chat is saying watch Severance, and I'm 2 episodes in.
I didn't get into that one.
My wife will never be able to watch shows like Severance and White Lotus and stuff like that. She needs someone to root for, and from basically everyone I've talked to, they're just not shows for her because she needs someone to root for. I can watch shows without someone to root for. She can't. So
I can't either. So that might make Severance. I started watching Severance. I'm only 2 episodes in.
Yeah, that's as far as I got, Russ.
I'm gonna try and keep watching. I finally caught up with Doctor Who. So once Doctor Who is caught up with, I'm gonna watch Severance. So
I switched over to that Friends and or your Friends and Neighbors there. That was pretty good with Draper. Or what's his name? Not Draper.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Yeah. I'm thinking his character.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
It's always interesting when there's a show that is universally loved that you just can't watch or just doesn't ring with you. For me, it's The Wire. I have tried 5 times, and I get caught up in like season 3, and I'm just like, I can't get into it. It's okay. It's great. Like people love it. Like it's the best show ever. And I'm cool with that. Cause I know people who hate The Office. I know people who hate Justified. I know people who hate Breaking Bad. Like some of the shows that I really love, like, so I get it. But yeah, The Wire is probably one of mine that I can't get into it the same way.
My problem with Breaking Bad is the same as your wife. It's just that I hate, like I watched all of it and it was, I can acknowledge that it was very good.
Yeah.
I just didn't really like it because like, I hated everyone. And it gave me chest pains watching it. Just like,
it took so long for me, I need characters.
Yeah.
Like I don't need somebody to root for, but I need somebody to be not a cardboard cutout of a character.
Depth. Yeah.
And like that whole first season until Jesse's girlfriend gets there. It's all just caricatures of just like, but like then it got good.
I fully admit Breaking Bad is a slow burn.
But it was like it
takes time to get it.
Not even a slow burn though. Like you got to make me I care about the characters, and it's just
what I mean more about slow burn is like it does. You need to keep watching
Yeah.
and then you're just so in, and then it becomes one of the best series, at least for me. But
Yeah.
I put it up there for a second, but I'm super excited, Charlene, about Lasso season 4 coming up with like it focuses on the girls team. So excited for the women's team Lasso season.
And no, like this isn't just like you can root for anti-heroes. Anti-heroes aren't necessarily bad human beings.
No, that's like a Dexter side. You can root for Dexter like being an anti-hero and doing bad things, but doing them for good reasons or whatever. But like when there's no characters to root for at all, that's where my wife has
it legitimately makes it rough to watch. Like, but also like I've gotten to the point in my life where the show The Bear, you know, everyone loves that show and they love it because of how intense it is. I won't watch it because of how intense it is. Like I have enough anxiety in my life. I don't need a TV show creating more.
And there was a specific episode in the last season of it that was incredible. But he was having a breakdown. But it was incredible.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I was watching that, and it was for me watching somebody, and it was so visceral and so real.
Yeah,
like it was great. But I thought of you, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Russ would just be.
Nope. It's not what I want in my TV anymore. I think is really what it comes down to. The boys, you either root for everyone or like that may be a show where you kind of root for no one, and I still like it.
I actually like. I think he's been facetious here. Like I don't think there's a rootable character in that.
Yeah,
show
but I do like the boys, so maybe
I like the boys too. But I told my wife like the one you're probably supposed to root for, Huey, might be one of the worst TV characters I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
There's nothing likable about Huey.
No.
Like,
yeah.
And I like him as an actor. Like I like him in certain things. I've liked him in other things, but man, he's God. I hate Huey as a character so much. Like,
it's a human jellyfish.
Oh God, I hate Huey. But yeah, like God, yeah. I don't think there's anyone like. That's why I told my wife. I'm like, it's superheroes, and there's like bad superheroes. Like, I think you would like this, but there's no one to root for in this show at all.
Yeah, I think that might just be one where plot and humor is good enough that I don't care.
Russ, have you watched Shrinking yet?
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, you have. Okay, because I don't like. I know we've had this conversation.
Yeah,
I don't like comedies. Yeah. I'm not a comedy guy.
So well done.
That was so well good. Written. Yeah.
I liked both. They're just two different of shows. Did you watch Better Call Saul, Zach?
I did.
Because Better Call Saul is so character driven. And Breaking Bad is so plot and storyline driven with what I think eventually at least are great characters.
Yeah.
But Better Call Saul is so character driven.
Even that one started it was the only reason I stuck with it was because I was so invested from watching. I'd already sunk my Breaking Bad time into it, and I'm like, all right, well, and it was good. Again, it was, but I don't know.
Corbin was being very sarcastic. I was very certain you were, because that you almost picked one of the shows that it's like the epitome of no one to root for.
Yeah.
So I was pretty sure. Like I stated, I was pretty sure that's what you were going for. But you never know.
I mean, Colin, this is why The Boys works so well, is because of how saturated superheroes are and what The Boys really is. Which, again, I don't know why The Boys breaks my rule. I guess it's the exception to the rule. There's always an exception where all the characters are awful, but I still just like it enough that it just doesn't matter.
You know what I did tonight?
What?
Can you bring me one of those, Ian? One of those?
You know what I did tonight?
Yeah.
Overcooked my steak.
Oh no.
All right.
I was
Kick
distraught.
Russ out.
I cooked steaks
It
for me
happens.
and my stepdad, and my stepdad devoured his, and we eat them similarly. But I know his was thinner, so I took it off quicker. And then I make mine, and I'm just like,
Shoe leather.
I choked down as much as I could, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore.
We made chicken, and we did it 4 different ways, which was fun. But we had 4 different chicken breasts, and we made them 4 different ways, like buffalo and dill and thyme, and just 4 different ways. Anyway, teriyaki, and then I can't remember what the 4th one was. Oh, the 4th one was cooking the chicken with pico de gallo in a tinfoil and cooking it on the grill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. So it gets all marinated and cooks with it in it for the whole time. That's too bad, Russ. What I was going to say is every once in a while, my family, we all, for 2-3 hours have family game night. And tonight we played Sorry. Look at how big these Sorry pieces are.
Do you have a whole board that big?
Yeah. Here, let me show you.
That's
actual
super.
size. 1 mile equals 1 mile. Sorry.
Whoa.
Can you see how big the board is?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Covers like the whole floor.
Do you have a gigantic die or dice?
It's the travel version, so it's the dome.
Yeah, it's the travel version. No, but yeah, we lay it out across the whole floor and we played giant Sorry with it. And tonight's game was absolutely insanely fun. We were all like very like, you know how Sorry goes. Like sometimes one person is way behind. The person who was in last place the whole time got second. Like it's just the way it works. It was, and I got last, and I had one. There's only 3 pieces in. You don't have 3. You don't have 4. You have 3 in this giant version because it's really big. But I had a person in home and 2 in safe, and nobody else had any in home and safe. I was that far ahead, but I could not roll the numbers to get me in.
Yep.
I got last place. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. But I do like the giant games they have now. The giant Sorries, the giant Plinkos, the giant Connect 4s that they have now.
Yeah, giant Connect 4s. I've definitely seen a lot of.
Yep. Those you'll sometimes see at bars and stuff.
Supernatural is so good. One of those shows that realized how silly they were and embraced it, and it was just so good.
I wish I had a giant Cones of Dunshire. That'd be great.
It's about the cones. I'm actually rewatching Parks and Rec right now. I'm on season 6.
Farmer.
Have you seen The Godfather of Harlem?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Forrest Whitaker plays Buffy Johnson, and they're in season 4, so you can get quite a few in.
Ooh. I don't think I could pack all of this to Vegas. Whoever asked that just a second ago, that'd be too much to bring to Vegas.
You'd have to order one to be delivered.
Yeah, that is kind of how you'd have to do it. Yeah.
And then you just leave it with the rest of your clothes, and you just come back.
Yep. What do you think, guys? About time to call it?
All right, you got something else to do?
No. Not really.
I like sleep.
I'm gonna sleep in till I have to. Take my kids to school. Make a breakfast sandwich.
And then you're going to the movies.
Then I'm going to the movie at 10 a.m. One more leak. I think I've given so many scoring hints that I shouldn't have. I feel like I went too far.
I'm surprised Russ was on board with this to allow you to go so long.
I've been trying to
Did you
shut
run
this
it
shit
by
down
him?
from the beginning. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you run it by Russ to start hinting? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. When are we going to do the reverse wheel? Is it next week? When are we going to announce all the scoring? Russ, I wanted to do it tonight, but Russ said no. He doesn't want the people to have the scoring.
Not until he reviews it and figures out exactly where all the angles are.
Because I pay that much attention. Absolutely, yes, that's true. I put that much work into it.
Do you?
Because I'm the bad guy. That's what I do.
Russ is volunteering now for being the bad guy.
That's me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I will say, I'm really I need to do a few more checks, but I think this is it for SFB scoring. And I think when we come on here next Wednesday night, SFB scoring will have probably already been announced. That's my guess. Is that we're going to go live either Tuesday or Wednesday next week and announce it. What do you think, Russ?
I think that Sean greatly misunderstands the relationship Scott and I have based on this statement down here.
Honestly, that might be an argument against. I don't know that Sean realizes that. I think I'm a 1 and 12, and Ian is a 12. We might flip. I don't know. I'll let Ian, I guess, choose, but I prefer to be the 1 and just get it over with. That sounded weird, but it's legit. I want to pick and then move on and work on other stuff. So
No, that's absolutely why you draft from the ends.
yeah.
No. I need more Lady Gaga picks every year. Come on, man. There was a Lady Gaga museum or something when she was doing her show, and Sean sent me picks last year because I was interested.
Oh, nice. I see Sean in Vegas. I'll see Sean this year.
Yeah.
3 weeks. I'll see Sean in 3 weeks or so. 20th. I'll see him on the 20th.
Man, I got to mail some stuff out. It's getting close.
It's way too close. That's why it's way too close.
All right, man. I'm cool wrapping it up if you're cool wrapping it up.
I guess last reminder for the 1,200 that are watching, fantasycares.org/campaigns. You can go there, and right now John's got a campaign for some fun SFB glasses, and there's also the end of summer campaign. That is not that. That's a graphic designer campaign, but you can jump in to that, fantasycares.org/campaigns. We're going to give away a bunch of stuff, hopefully a Nintendo Switch 2, but lots of other stuff to be won during that show. That was all I had. We can click some buttons and call it a night.
Yeah. So close.
Here you go.
I was almost able to finish a graphic during the show.
All right, everyone.
I just have to.
Hey, wait. This is a monumentous occasion. I made it to the end of the show. When was the last time I made it to the end of the show?
It was a while.
When we ended before 11, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, you could just give me 1 second to add this to the stream and.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Let's do that.
These people are so needy. It's ridiculous. When is NHL coming out? We just dropped NFL. Calm down.
I'm not even doing it NHL. I'm on a different. I
don't know. I've got a Mighty Ducks one from last year, so I'm good. Maybe it was 2 years ago.
All right. It's trying to load.
Jordan says he's working on Jordan. These are awesome. They're so good. I keep going back into the shop just intending to look at them.
Yeah.
And I end up putting like 4 or 5 more into my cart. And I mean, they're great. They're so good. And the shirts are comfortable too. But like, man, the designs are just awesome.
Yeah, I wish we knew somebody that could make whatever one you wanted.
Why? What other ones do you want, Bob?
Well, yeah. Do you have an in? Can you get somebody to make me one?
I mean, I know a graphic designer.
Yeah, he's
Did
not.
you guys call for me? You guys call for me?
We did. We were looking for somebody to make. I need a couple shirts to come in.
Oh yeah, design work. Let me write some notes. What do you need me to work on? That's I got some cycles. I got some cycles for some. I got some bandwidth for some design work. Synergy.
Open.
What are we doing?
We're just waiting a second for this.
Oh,
Nice.
look at
All
that.
right, let's see who the first person in the chat knows which one it is.
That is the hookers.
Nice, Scott. Nice.
What? Wow.
It's 2 hooks, so plural hooks, right? No.
Wow.
I'm guessing it's some sort of soccer.
It is. That's what I've been working on. Let's see.
I really actually don't know what it is, so I don't know if I was making fun of something I shouldn't have. But
Vince is saying West Ham.
West Ham.
All right, so Vince had it right.
I'm gonna work a little bit more on the font, but that's the idea of it.
nice.
Remove.
Remember when you said like this year you were excited to make less?
What did that? That's insane.
I'm trying. I'm gonna next year. I think the theme is going to be.
One shirt.
Yeah, let's do one shirt next year.
Let's do one logo next year. One shirt.
Remember the days that there was like 3 and that was it?
Oh man. Yeah.
Good old SFB 11 when we ruined it all.
Yeah, music. I mean, I do want video games to come back though, because I've got a folder that is weighing down my laptop screen. I think filled with video game ones.
You got to start on next year, I guess.
All right, I'm done making no more logos for this year. That's it. We're calling.
Here's the idea. Why don't we switch this year? Switch this year to video games.
Yeah, I mean we got time.
We might as well. You got plenty of time.
I mean, I can just pixelate all of these and make them video games. Just turn them into 8-bit graphics.
There's at least one hat in there.
Bob, I need a baseball stars shirt next year.
The lovely ladies.
Yep.
That was on sale this weekend. I grabbed it.
Baseball stars?
Yeah, on DS. It was on sale.
I love that game.
So
I told you this last week, but I've been playing. We actually got it, but I've been playing Blueprints with the boys.
Yeah, I wrote it down to look it up.
It's wild. It's like puzzle game, but it's like a 5x9 grid, and it's blueprints like Crown, but blueprints like a building plan. And so like you have doors, and as soon as you go through a door, you get an option of 3 rooms. And so you have to pick the room, and then there are puzzle. Oh, it's amazing. It's so good. We played just a ton. the three of us, and we're not even close to solving anything, but it's just been a blast.
All right. Whether we end now or not, I think I've hit my wall.
I've hit my wall too. I gotta go.
Go for it.
We're there, Russ.
All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for hanging out with us on a Wednesday evening. It is so much fun for us to be here, and it means so much for you to be here with us as well. I'm so tired. I have no idea what to say anymore. But thank you so much for just being as awesome as you are. And we will see you Monday for trivia, next Wednesday for this, somewhere in between for scoring, Friday for race day. So we got some stuff. We'll see you around. And on that note,